Hey you guys, welcome. I'm Lala's Grind. If you are a returning subscriber, shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you for watching my content. And if you are new here, please follow me on my Instagram at Lala's Grind _. So today you guys, I'm excited. We're gonna be reviewing Selena Gomez's new line called Rare Beauty. So we are gonna put this brand to the test, you guys. I went into Sephora, I picked up some of these products. Actually, no. All right, so remember, if you saw my last video, when I went into Sephora, I literally only went there for one shade, remember? And I stopped by Fenty. I forgot to tell you guys, I also stopped by Rare Beauty. I saw the Rare Beauty stand. I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and let me just see what Selena has going on. You guys, she released foundations, concealers, lipstick, blushes, eyebrow pencils. I mean, she released so much on her first launch. And I'm so happy. Shout out to you, Selena. That is amazing. Most brands only release like 1 or 2 products in their line, but she released so many different products. And not only that, Selena has a cause. She wants to support mental health, and she's dedicated to donating $100 million over the next 10 years from her brand to help support mental health in underserved communities. I mean, come on, brand with a purpose. Like, that is amazing. I love the fact that she's not in it just to make money, but she also wants to serve and she's donating. And I think today that's something that's missing from a lot of brands. You know, not a lot of brands out here have purpose. Not a lot of them are willing to support different causes. And she is, so I do give her props for that. All right, you guys, so I picked up a total of 5 products, but 4 different ones. So the foundation I picked up retails for $29. It's called the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. The concealer retails for $19. It's called the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. I picked up 2 shades of the blushes. I'm so excited about these blushes. Each one of them retails for $20, and the lipstick also retails for $20. And you guys, I saw Selena's promo picture where she was just looking all clean and gorgeous with that red lip. I was like, listen, I need that red lip. I want to try it. I want to see how it looks like on me. So I picked that up too, of course. The foundation says it's a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feels barely there while providing buildable, medium to full coverage with a natural finish. We are going to test out to see, is this medium coverage? Is it full coverage? Because to me, it looks like it's more of a light coverage, but we're going to go ahead and see what it really is. The foundation I picked up is 510W. You can't really swatch things in Sephora during this time, so I don't know if this is going to match me. We're just gonna have to make it work. My undertone is warm golden, you guys. So if I can find something that's in between the two of them, then it works out perfectly for me. Oftentimes, if a foundation is too warm, I have to mix it with something that's more golden. Or if a foundation is too golden, then sometimes I'll have to mix it with a little bit of warmth. You guys just have to find your perfect undertone and know what it is and work with it. Once I found my perfect undertone years ago, it became a game changer in my makeup. The key is undertone. You can have a shade that matches you, but if that undertone is off, it'll look off as well. So I encourage you guys to find the right undertone. All right, so looking at the packaging, this has a doe foot applicator. So with this, you could directly apply it onto your face. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure, probably won't like this. The reason being is because a lot of people prefer to have a foundation that has a pump just for sanitary reasons. That way you can pump the foundation out without contaminating the product that's on the inside. But when you have stuff like this, I have the doe foot, and you apply it to your skin, you're exposing bacteria in here. So that's just something to note. Everyone's different. I mean, for me, I don't really mind because I use my own makeup really, but for this, I wouldn't necessarily use this on my face and then go use it on somebody else. So just something to keep in mind. If you guys haven't noticed, my neck is actually slightly darker than my face and my chest. That's just due to my eczema, and especially when I was younger, like I had a lot of scarring. But whenever I have to match myself to my foundation, I always match myself primarily on my chest. If I just match to my neck, that would look so weird because I would be dark up here, and then when the rest of my body's like exposed, I would be much lighter. So I always match to my chest because that pretty much matches the majority of my body. And sometimes I'll put the foundation on my face. I don't always like to do that because certain portions of my face are darker than the rest. I know that my chest is pretty much consistent all around. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is we are gonna go ahead and swatch the foundation on our face just to see what kind of color match we are getting here. Okay, all right, so looking at this color match, it is appearing warm. It's definitely a warm tone foundation. I think I can make this work. I think I can make it match me for sure. It does look pretty red. I don't know if it picks up on camera. Remember, colors can be slightly different on camera than it is in person. I mean, this looks pretty okay. This does seem like something that I can work with, so I'm so happy about the shade that I picked up. So I'm gonna wipe this off because I first like to apply primer. All right, you guys, so she's making promises with her concealer. All right, let's see, Selena. She says a lightweight hydrating concealer with cake-free, medium to full coverage that lasts while brightening skin with a radiant finish. I like a concealer where I can get a really nice, bright, clean under eye. So I picked up the shade. This is 480W. Now, I usually go golden for my concealers, but if I'm not mistaken, I think she only had warm and neutral cool tones. Let me see. All right, so she does have a few different undertones for the concealer, but the shades that were around my complexion were really around cool and warm, so I chose warm. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll see how it works. Look at these blushes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for these. So the shades I got, this one is Love, and then this one is Lucky. I'm happy to see what these are gonna turn out to be like, but this is honestly a lot of blush. So there's a lot of product in here. And here is the red lipstick called Inspire. I love the name of this lipstick, Inspire. Such a beautiful name. All right, so here are all the products I picked up. So we are going to start off and see how this is going to work. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get started with cleaning up my eyebrows like I normally do before I apply foundation. I cleaned up my brows. I am not having a good eyebrow day, but it's okay. We just gonna move on. We're not gonna pay attention to the brows. It's all right. Sometimes this happens. Remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins, okay? So you guys already know, like, I forgot to spray this Watermelon Glow Mist, my moisturizer, and there's no way I'm moving on without spraying this, y'all. I want to go ahead and start off with my primer. Y'all know I love my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I love how this primer just smooths the skin, smooths my pores, y'all. I think I will forever use this primer, y'all. So normally during this step, this is where I like to go ahead and cover up my dark spots on my face, but I'm not gonna do that this time. And the reason why, because it's my first time testing out this foundation, I wanna see what the coverage is like. And that'll help tell me if I don't cover up my dark spots, just so I can have an idea, is this really medium or light or medium to full coverage? So we are not gonna cover up those dark spots. I'm just taking this foundation. I will say it's weird using a doe foot applicator to apply the foundation, because I typically don't do this. So I just want to start with just a few spots because I want to go ahead and see how much coverage can I get. So you guys see I applied 2 lines on my cheeks, 1 on my chin, above my lip, and on my forehead. So we're going to blend this out and see. I'm using a brush to blend this out. I want to see what coverage I get with a brush. Typically when you use a sponge, the sponge will soak up more of the product. So sometimes that can lead to lighter coverage, but if I do this with a brush, I can almost get a sense of what the coverage will be like, especially since I know that this brush doesn't really absorb foundation like that. You guys, this foundation is blending out really nicely on my skin. It's like really smooth, and this foundation really does feel lightweight. Wow, this actually feels really nice, I'm not gonna lie. Now I do feel like I'm looking kind of red, but it's okay. Just wait till the end result. I'll be able to balance this out across my whole skin. So this foundation is definitely all warm tone. I'm not having any of that golden tone that I like to have in my foundations, but I think I can make this work. This is 1 layer and it looks good. I like the way that just like melted like butter across my skin. Like, this was really effortless for me. I think the coverage is more of like a light to medium coverage, but I think it's a good coverage to start. This is 1 layer. Again, if you're that girl who's like, listen, less makeup, I want it real nice and light. I just want something that'll blend so easily. So far, just on blendability and just how this spreads out, I do like the way this is laying across my skin. Okay, so I zoomed in a little bit more just so you guys can see some details as to see how this foundation applied. So anytime I want to see how a foundation functions on my skin and how it lays, I like to look at certain key areas to see how the foundation performs. Is it breaking up? Is it holding on to dry patches? Is it settling in my fine lines? Is it showing more texture on my skin? skin. Those are some of the key things I like to look at when I'm judging a foundation. And so far, I am seeing a little bit of it settling into some of my lines, but again, I haven't set it yet, so I'm not too concerned. I have a little bit of texture around my nose, but again, this is just first application. But I think it looks really nice and smooth. Since Selena said her foundation is medium to full coverage, we gonna see. I wanna apply another layer just to put this foundation to the test. And just in case you were wondering, this foundation is not thick at all. This foundation is definitely more on the watery side. All right, so let's see if this can cover up some of like the dark marks that I have like on the side of my nose area, the bottom of my chin. And another reason why I'm layering this is because sometimes when you layer foundations, they just don't look right. And I want to put this to the test to see how it performs when I apply a little bit more. Because when you do this technique with some foundations, it just does not work. I still wouldn't say this is full coverage, but this is a pretty good coverage, you guys. Like, this looks pretty good. Okay, coverage. I feel like I'm getting a real nice healthy glow to my skin, a real nice healthy shine. I don't feel like I look overly oily right now, and that's good because I haven't even set the foundation yet, so I'm curious to see how it's gonna hold up. Next is the concealer. So I got this in 480 warm because I always like my concealer to be a lighter shade, and I like for it to be golden because I love to have a really nice bright under eye. I hope you guys can see the shape of the applicator on the concealer. I do like it. So it's like doe foot, but it gets narrower as it gets to the top. I like it because with that, you're really able to get close in your inner corner and swipe under your eye. So I do like that application. Oh Lord, I don't want to put too much under my eye because I want to see what the coverage is just with it being light. But what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and highlight my whole face. As far as the color of this concealer, I do think that this is too red, it's too warm. I like my highlighting concealers to be more of a golden color. It just matches more with my skin tone. I feel like I just get that really nice natural brightening effect. All right, so I have my beauty sponge. We are going to start blending this out. So this concealer is also light and it's blending out pretty nice. I just wish that I had more of a golden color. This color is really red in person, you guys. Again, I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but it's pretty red. Y'all, this concealer is melting into the foundation. I feel like I'm not even really blending at all. Like, it's just melting. The concealer that I applied under my eyes, I want to let it sit there for just a few more minutes. I like to let that sit because I feel like when I blend it out, I get more coverage after I let it sit versus going in right after. All right, so now we are blending. This concealer is definitely not full coverage. It's also lightweight. So this concealer is also really thin and more on the watery side. So even though I let it sit, I don't feel like it's giving me necessarily more coverage just because I let it sit for a few minutes, which I normally would get for my other concealers. It's not a bad thing, but I just sometimes prefer a little bit more coverage. But this is nice. I have to say that this is really nice. I'm not disappointed. It feels beautiful. Does it feel very light? Yes, it absolutely does. I just really wish I had a different color, you guys. I'm definitely not getting that brightening effect that I really wanted. I'm gonna try to apply some more concealer just to see if this is something that will layer, just to give it a second chance. This is good for you guys to know for those of you who really like a really nice bright under eye from a full coverage concealer. While that's sitting under my eyes, because I want to see if I can get more coverage from this, I'm going to go ahead and go into my Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Tan, just so I can start to contour. I had this sit for the duration of me blending out my contour. So let's go ahead and see if I can get any more coverage from this. A little bit. I'm blending in between my highlight and my contour just to help create that seamless look. I look so red, you guys. I'm not blaming the actual products, it's just the color I chose, but I would say that I did get some more coverage, just a little bit more from just layering it again a second time and just really allowing it to just stay on my face for like 10-15 minutes before blending it out. So I'm starting to get a little bit of creasing under my eyes, but it's nothing that minimal blending can't fix. It's really not that bad. So I'm going in with my setting powder, and I just want to set my under eye, and I'm using my Makeup Forever powder in Y445. I am gonna go in with my Laura Mercier powder on top of this because I want to see if I can get this to be lighter, just a little bit lighter than what it is. But right now I just want to set those areas where I apply the concealer. Y'all, I'm literally doing a quick 2-minute blended eye look with just using that. All right, y'all, so I literally just did a quick 2-minute blended eye look using the ABH palette times Amrezy. This really is a gorgeous palette. If you guys are interested in seeing me actually do looks with this palette, please let me know. This palette is not new, but it's not old either. But just let me know if you guys are interested. I'm almost done my face. I went ahead and I applied my bronzer, my powder, I lined my eyes. I did a quick 2-minute eyeshadow look, you guys. It was like smoke me out with some browns, that's it, let's go. And I added some lashes on, boom, here we are. So we have the 2 blushes. The first one I'm gonna swatch for you guys. This one is called Lucky. And so this is a bright pink. So let's see what, I don't even know what the applicator looks like. Let's see. I'm afraid to pull it out too fast because I don't want it to splatter like everywhere. Since it's the first time I'm opening it, you know, that suction is tight. Okay, also another doe foot applicator. Let's go ahead and swatch this one. So this one is a really nice bright pink shade. Now a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, why would you do that as a blush? Listen, y'all, this will be blended out, it will be diffused, it'll be nice, and especially on dark skin. What? This bright pink, gorge, y'all. This next one is called Love. So let's see what Love looks like. I'm gonna put it right next to Lucky, and here's Love. Ooh, that is pretty. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous, you guys. So Love is almost more of like a terracotta shade, like a terracotta red, orange. Look how pretty this is. Wow. Okay, I am excited. Now here's the thing. I almost want to use both of these blushes, but since I'm doing a red lip, I'll be honest with you guys, the shade that I would gear more towards is the shade called Love. But I want to do one color on each side, and I'm still going to do the red lip, but just so you guys can see if you want to make a purchase, and even if you were only trying to decide between one, should you go pink or red, hopefully this will give you a good idea, especially if you're closer to my skin tone. First shade we're going to actually go ahead and apply is Lucky, and the best way to apply it, I like to just dab this on my hand. Lord, that's probably even too much, but I want to try 2 different ways to apply this. The first way that I want to try is applying it by back of my hand. Then the other way is probably just applying like 1 dot onto my face and shearing that out, just so we can see which one gives us like the best coverage and which is the best application method. I'm tapping my brush in the back of my hand. Can you tell I'm excited? Like, what? All right, so with blushes, one of my tricks that I like to do is I like to start high and then work my way down to the apples of my cheek. I don't only put the blush just on the apples of my cheek. I feel like that looks odd. So I like to take it. Okay, there's pigment. You guys, there's pigment. Oh, but it's not bad. Oh, this is pretty. All right, can you guys see that? It's shearing out. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. And y'all, I took a very light amount, so I'm gonna apply, I'm gonna take some more. Dipping it back again. Lord, this time I took even more. My hair is in the way. All right, can you guys see so far where that's landing? Oh my gosh, y'all, I think I found, all right, y'all know I normally use eyeshadow as blushes, but y'all, this is, she came out with 2 different sets of blushes. She has a dewy look, and then she also has the matte look. So this pink one, Lucky, is the dewy look. And y'all, this is giving me beautiful skin glow vibes. Like, this is gorgeous. I want to apply more on my skin. But if I do, y'all know I'm getting carried away. If I do, I'm just gonna get, okay, just what's on the bag. All right, Cheryl, that's enough. Just don't regret this. Oh my gosh. Wow, I wanna go purchase other shades. And mind you guys, there's a lot of product in here. Like, you are not gonna go through this. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so nicely blended. But do you see why I like to start high? I feel like it just gives it a really nice diffused effect when you just start up high and work your way down, as opposed to only applying it on the apples of your cheeks. All right, y'all, time for the matte blush. Y'all, I'm just swiping the excess off the doe foot into the container. There's so much product, like, what? I'm gonna have these blushes forever. I wanna test a theory. I just wanna see if I just apply a dot. Well, dang, that wasn't even a full dot. Y'all, don't laugh at me if this comes out like crazy looking. I'm too excited and I feel like I'm not concentrating. All right, so, woo, I don't know if that's too much. One dot, let's just see what that does. So I'm taking another Real Techniques brush and I'm just gonna see if this will blend in. It is taking a little bit longer to blend it in this way, so I definitely prefer the method of just dabbing that on your hand and then going in with the brush on the back of your hand, just so you can get a more even application. You guys, this is pretty too, but be aware that because it's matte, it's definitely drying down faster than the dewy one. So just be prepared to work a little bit fast when you blend this out. And I feel like with where I applied that dot, I still see a little bit of it there, but I was able to blend it in pretty well. But y'all, I'm feeling lucky more than love. I'm gonna apply a little bit more love just to see how that looks. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key wanna put this on my lips, but when I tell y'all I use makeup in like multi-purpose ways, y'all, trust me, I use makeup anyhow. Here is the dewy side and this is Lucky, and here's the matte side and this is Love. Now, I'm honestly really liking both of them, but if I had to choose one, the dewy side is just giving me these vibes like, ooh, I don't know, y'all, I don't know, but the matte is nice too. Y'all, if you had to go pick one of these up, I don't even know, but all right, Cheryl, calm down. We're not even done yet. It's time to try this lip, and this is in the shade Inspire. All right, y'all, so this is a finished look. So I went ahead and added an inner corner highlight. I just layered some of my Pat McGrath golds, and I just love the inner corner highlight with this brown smoky eye and the blush and the lips. It really looks nice. As far as this lipstick, it's a Lip Souffle matte lip cream. I actually think that that's the best way to describe it. It almost feels as if it's like, I don't know, like whipped, like of a whipped type of texture. So I think that Souffle is a great way to describe it. If you have hyperpigmentation on your lips, just be mindful that this is pretty sheer. It's not as full coverage as I would say, possibly like even like the Fenty lipstick that's really just more of a highly pigmented. And if you want me to go ahead and swatch them for you, I can. So here's Fenty. Fenty is more of like a blue red, but it's highly pigmented, right? And then from Rare Beauty, it's pretty sheer. It is a brighter red, but it's definitely more of a whipped texture. Fenty actually dries down matte, but it's a comfortable matte. This is comfortable, but I feel like this is gonna like get on my teeth as I'm talking. I feel like that might happen. I don't know, because it's not dried down fully. Now, I did have to go over my lips quite a few times just to get this pigment on. So please just keep in mind again that this is sheer. So I like the lipstick, but I'm not in love with it, if that makes sense. I have other reds that I would probably gravitate towards more. I do like it, but I don't think it's like the best red lip that I would wanna reach for. As far as the foundation, you guys, y'all, I actually like this foundation, and I usually, like, whenever I do my makeup, I'm typically like, okay, full coverage, but y'all, this foundation is nice. I would definitely say that it's a medium buildable coverage. I like this foundation. The way this foundation just glided across my skin, y'all, effortlessly. If you are a beginner, I think that this would definitely be great for you, the foundation and the concealer. Especially if you don't want a concealer that's like too bright. You can always get something that's closer to your shade, but just the way that they all melt in, these were definitely made for each other. You can tell they're a really nice pair, and I do like it. But I do wish that I would have gotten a highlight that was a little bit more golden, so hopefully I'll be able to find something that has a bit more of a golden shade. But y'all, by the time I set this with my powder and I try to make it a little bit brighter, it looks good. Like, I like this. But on days where you want a more natural coverage or just something sheer, This foundation is it, y'all. This foundation is it. Y'all, the blushes. I think that the blushes might be my favorite thing, but then I did enjoy the foundation, like I really did, but this blush surprised me. I honestly love Lucky more, and I think that's because it has more of the dewy finish. I don't mind the matte finish, but again, just be prepared that this does dry down pretty quick. So just be prepared to really put in some good effort with blending. That way you don't end up with no patchiness. Overall, I think that Selena did a good job. Now, I didn't get everything from the collection. She's got like a dewy mist spray that I really would love to try out. She's got a brow pencil that I didn't pick up because the tip of the brow pencil is really thick, and for me, I don't really have a ton of brow hair, so I really like to get a fine pencil, so I didn't pick up the brow pencil. And I think she has a powder of some sort, but I definitely will be looking into her line again. Like, I think that she did great on this first launch. As far as my final verdict on the products that I would actually recommend, I would recommend the foundation, I would recommend the concealer, but also know who you are. If you're someone who knows you love full coverage, you want that full glam beat, then this may not be for you. But if you're someone who likes to go in between but also wants some sheer coverage, this is definitely for you. And if you're a beginner, this is for you. The blushes, I 100% recommend, especially the dewy one. As far as the lip, I don't think I would recommend this, at least for me, only because I feel like it's starting to get on my teeth, because it's really like, I don't know, it's like a whipped texture. I feel like the lipstick is kind of getting on my teeth a little bit. Like, it's happened like twice during this video and I've had to clean my teeth a little bit. But yeah, anyways, I don't know if I would be reaching for this, y'all, because I can't have lipstick getting on my teeth. That's just not cute. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please go ahead, give this a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please go ahead and subscribe. I mean, you're gonna be back. I'm sure you're gonna love my content, so please just go ahead and subscribe. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had some helpful tips here. Are you gonna try out Rare Beauty? And if you do, please let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and pick up an item and just see, but definitely the blushes I would recommend. And don't forget, you can follow me on my Instagram at lalasgrand_. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.